they have like a reputation as being like a douchey car.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of bros drive them and rip off all the doors and shit. But like,
what a stupid fucking thing to do. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Jeep Wranglers are fucking dumb. Hey, I just bought a new car. First things first, I'm gonna start taking parts off of it.
I'm gonna take all the safety parts
off. I'm gonna make it less of a car.
Brunch.
Hit it, boys. Hey, Pete, nice mustache.
Fuck off. We're going to do this every week?
Hey, Pete, nice mustache.
Nice mustache, who's there?
Nice mustache. How?
How what?
How come it doesn't, it's not a good mustache?
I see, I was hoping that you would have just went, nice mustache, where's the rest of it?
I was going to say where, and then I pivoted to how.
My mom almost convinced me to shave my mustache this week. It was Mother's Day on Sunday, and she basically, her one request for Mother's Day was that I shave my mustache.
This is your first foray into doing something stupid with your looks, and word to the wise, speaking from experience, you're going to get a lot of, can you get rid of it for this, or can you get rid of it for this person, or for this event, whether it's a wedding, or can you just do it for me, or... you can't look like that at work. Try me, motherfucker.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Like a few things have come up where I'm like, it was like a video thing that I might be shooting, and I was like, should I shave it for the video? But it's like if I'm gonna have it, I want it to become part of my look, not just like a...
Attitude is everything, man.
Yeah.
Like, if you just sell it, if you go on, if you're doing a TV thing like that, just sell it, and they won't even bat an eye at the mustache. Somebody might bring it up, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, whatever. But, like, if you were on the prowl right now, as long as you had a good attitude, they'd be like, ooh, who's that really smooth guy with the mustache? Like,
it might be nearing its final days.
Why?
To be honest, because I'm just like it's worn off for me. So like if I'm done with it, then I won't have the attitude about it that I need to carry it.
Yeah, well, you don't necessarily have to be like, ooh, yeah, I'm rocking this mustache. You just have to have the attitude of,
like, this isn't
I'm just
going
me.
anywhere.
This is my life. Like, if you walk around with, how does everybody feel about the mustache? Then the mustache is already bad.
Yeah, no, so
Yeah.
I've... at first, like the first couple days, I was for sure like I was at the grocery store and I was like, is this person looking at my mustache? I felt the need to explain it to everybody. I was like, I'm just trying this out.
Yeah.
But now it's like I forget that it's even there.
Yeah, when you say I'm
'Cause
just
it's really
trying it out,
almost
you're
not.
saying I'm doing it until I don't do it anymore. And
It's kind of where I am though.
yeah, like back in the day when I grew my hair long, people would be like, so
When you cutting it,
when are you cutting it? How long? Or what are you growing it for? It's like for fucking savings. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know.
Savings.
I'm growing the hair and passing the savings on to you. I don't fucking know.
I do like the idea of like just letting yourself go completely in terms of like not shaving and just not getting haircuts. And then when people ask like, "Hey, what's up with you? Is something wrong?" You say, "No, I'm being financially responsible."
My Barbasol bill is down tenfold. I actually don't know. Has there ever been a full can of Barbasol? Has there ever been a Barbasol where you spray it into your hand and it goes and it's all nice and good?
Yeah, when you first buy it.
I don't think I've ever experienced that. I think that every can of Barbasol I've ever had
It's
or
like half
used
full.
has been. Yeah, I think that I exclusively buy refurbished Barbasol.
Well, that's why when I used to buy body spray at like CVS or something, I used to pick like the seventh one in the back because everybody goes to CVS and they go to the body spray section and they just fucking douse themselves with it, and you just assume that you're buying. If you pick the first one, that's going to be half full.
That's the floor model. You can't buy the fucking floor model. I've got a take on something very specific or very similar to that we will get to. But for now, let's do a little. It's Tuesday and people are pissed. We were not with you on Monday because actually, I'm also going to mention this in another one of our segments coming up. But basically, our schedules didn't work out. We ended up there just was not an hour during the day that we could get together, especially without us being dead. And although brunch is back, the Sunday episodes kick our asses because we typically have to do them at like 1 a.m, And pardon my take, that's their fucking full-time job and everything. That's awesome. They got smelling salts in the mix. Maybe we need to get those. But we'll listen back to an episode that we did at night, like our super late at night versus one that we did now. It's like we're recording this Monday at 6:30. And we sound like people, and we're not as... I'm sure if we play this back, there's not going to be a lot of vocalized pauses between us, and there's just shit like that, you know? Like, when you listen back to it, like, we're either losing our trains of thought, we either say like or 6,000 million times because our bodies are fucking dead. So, we couldn't do it, so that's why we're doing this Tuesday episode. But we do have a Monday, and people are pissed. We're pissed because... no one will fucking come on and talk basketball with us. This is the most overt we have been in trying to book guests. We like to keep it on the low, and then hit it with the bam, Chris Gethard tomorrow, get hype, and then everyone's excited. Bam, Chris Diamantopoulos. Who's that? Well, you're about to fucking learn when you hear this episode. We have been fucking broadcasting to the world. Can anyone get Paul Williams on our show? And turns out he does have Twitter. He just doesn't
use it.
Respond to me, I guess.
It's not even just like basketball at this point either. Anybody who we want to get on the show or like actively try to get on the show just says it doesn't even say no.
Well, that's not new. Well, the rejection. Right. Oh, the rejection. But like we could tell you stories.
But like these ones, I feel like are attainable.
Yeah,
Paul Williams is attainable. Anthony Carrigan, who plays NoHo Hank on Barry, agreed to come on the show and then just ghosted us.
Well, that's also a tale as old as time. If you'll remember, there was a little, hey man, love the whatever. Oh, cool. Would you like to come on my podcast? Yeah, definitely. Let's do it. You want to do it now? Oh, well, now we're not recording the podcast right now, Aaron Carter. But how about tomorrow? No response. Next day, hey, anytime really the next couple of weeks, we're in no rush, obviously. You're Aaron Carter. Your star has long faded, so it's not like we need you on tomorrow or the next day or whatever. And then, like a couple days later, yeah, let's do it now. Aaron.
You don't really understand how this works. I do love the idea of just like of him being like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, we did that with a basketball backup, which is really a 1A next to Paul Williams. We wanted to do Tony X for some basketball talk.
And we are the first podcast in the world to have Tony X on.
That's right. And he's for sure down to come on. He knows a lot about basketball and is great at making fun of the Cavs, so we figured he'll be not perfect, because it'd be perfect if he was the way he was, but with the New Zealand accent.
Yes.
So he's almost there.
I've adopted Bread Stevens.
Bread Stevens? Oh, you made the graphic for social with the Chris Gethard quote about Brad Stevens. Yeah. And when you put bread in brackets, that was just fucking fantastic. And now this has always been a thing where I think that I've always said your Twitter is the Mall of America. My Twitter is the shitty record shop that is gonna close any day now. But the people who go to it really seem to like it. I often get, don't you mean this? Or, dude, what are you talking about? I'm totally aware that roughly 25 people understand my tweets, because they all have to have followed me for a while. They certainly all have to listen to Brunch.
Yep.
And they kind of have to be dealing with the twists and turns of my life. And your average Twitter follower won't do that. So I've been getting a lot of confused responses to my basketball tweets, because now I only tweet in a New Zealand accent.
But I also feel like you've kind of found your home with Celtics Twitter, because Celtics Twitter it very much embraces weirdness.
Well, I was going to say, fortunately, I didn't know this existed. There's such a thing as weird Celtics Twitter.
Yeah.
Where it's just essentially Celtics Twitter if
everybody was on drugs.
If everybody was a little shop to keep the shop analogy going, if everybody has a little mom and pop shop in Austin, Texas, where you just walk in and you're like, how is this remaining open? Why are you intentionally trying to throw your customers for a loop?
It's like, what fucking time machine did I walk into that brought me back to this fucking row of weird ass shops?
Yeah, it's amazing.
How do any of these places stay in business?
My friend sent me a Celtics hype video yesterday that he had seen on Weird Celtics Twitter. And I watched it, and I was like, this is amazing. Send me the tweet. And he sent me the tweet, and the tweet was from fucking February. They're just fucking weird shit going on at all hours of every day.
With that analogy, if Weird Celtics Twitter was a line of shops in a weird town, abandoned ghost town, there would be one fucking shop there that people fly in from all over the place to visit, and it becomes super popular super quickly, and then like everybody else in the town kind of is nervous.
Yeah.
They don't hate it, but they're just nervous. They're like, oh, is this going to ruin our town? And that's Janos's shop.
How do you say? You say Janos?
Janos.
I say Janos.
Yeah.
I know it's not that, but he's not a thing anyway.
Yeah.
I love him so much. Have we discussed?
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah. A lot of people are afraid that he's going to get doxxed and people are going to find out that he's not real. Spoiler alert, he's for sure not real. But he's just my kind of guy because he's so dedicated, or he or she, I suppose, is so dedicated to this joke. They were doing this joke for fucking years on, like,
with no recognition.
And on all these message boards, and just kept plugging away. They would make these posts, no one would respond. They were like, "Ah, cool. This."
That's somebody
weird.
who's fucking confident in their artistic integrity and their humor.
Yeah, what do you think the guy that runs the Janos account looks like?
I don't want to know.
I think that he looks like Sherman Williams from
the paint store?
No, isn't that the guy's name in? I know that he's the paint guy, but isn't that the guy in Friday Night Lights?
Sure.
Or is his name Richard Sherman? It's something. It's an already taken name involving Sherman, but the artist that the artist under whom Matt Saracen
works.
Interns,
okay.
yeah,
that
which is
guy,
the weirdest
that's what he looks
internship
like?
in the world. How the fuck do you get college credit for that?
With working with like a borderline serial killer, weird shit.
I've done internships.
Jesus Christ!
What?
You need to stop doing the eye thing. What do you have,
Sorry.
allergies?
Yes, it's fucking ruining my life. Go on.
You are fucking driving me nuts.
Go on. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. That
your allergies are bothering me.
I can't imagine how you must feel. Poor guy. Go on. Fucking ingrate. Go on.
Well,
what was your big important thing?
It was just that your eye is...
Before that...
well, the guy that Matt Saracen works for is a crazy person.
Well, okay, good. I was going to say, at the end of every internship, they have you write a fucking paper saying what you did.
Yeah.
And Matt Saracen's paper was like, yo, you seen the last season of The Wire? You know, how Dookie gets caught up with that guy that goes and takes fucking sheet metal and stuff, and somehow it also involves heroin. That
that was my internship.
More or less that. They're like, oh, but instead of heroin, it was art. No, it was
heroin.
It was just heroin. So that's the It's Monday. People are pissed. No one will talk basketball with us. Another thing that you encountered recently, and then it happened to me today. We got to talk about Apple Music. Maybe the first subject in brunch history, Apple Music. Remember? Yeah. We were in such podcast mode. We were like, Apple Music or Spotify, what's your take? So, let's talk about Apple Music.
Talk shop.
Yeah.
I think, and that was like when I decided that I was going to go in on Apple Music.
I just do both.
Early in the days. So you're so stupid with your money.
Whatever is the worst way for me to spend money, I'll just do that one.
Yeah, you just like, oh, I got to pick between one of these streaming services? Nah, I'm going to have all of them.
Yeah.
So like my issue with Apple Music for the past couple of weeks has been that only on desktop, only on my computer, when I go to listen to something, it'll play like 5 seconds and then just won't play the rest of it.
Yeah, sometimes mine won't even start.
Yeah, same. So when I try to listen to that Janelle Monáe album, I listened to like 5 seconds. I was like, oh, this is dope. And then it just didn't play. And I have to listen to it on my phone, and I don't know how to fix it.
That's crud. That happens to me. So yeah, sometimes it won't play at all. The Apple Music player on your computer, stinks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's generally good on the phone. I find it... Actually, I don't know. Spotify might be starting to surpass Apple Music for me. But... I rage deleted Apple Music off my phone the other day because I was in my car and I was listening to something on Spotify and it would just keep cutting back over to Apple Music.
Why?
I don't know. It would just stop playing. It would play for 2 seconds, then fade out, and then go to the first thing on Apple Music. So I finally deleted
It's fucking Apple taking over your phone.
Right, maybe. I deleted the song Ayo by Lady Gaga because that was the first one that always played. Mm-hmm. And now it just plays a song at random, and that's so much worse because at least when you know it's going to piss you off, you know how it's going to piss you off. But I was trying to listen to this thing, and it kept going back and forth, and then I played it one more time, kept it open. Mind you, I'm driving, and I am not like a phone drive guy. So I'm holding it to keep the phone kind of alive so it doesn't, when the screen goes black.
Yeah.
That's sometimes when it pulls the shit. So I keep it open as long as I can. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I put the phone down. And then immediately it starts playing I'll Never Let You Go by Third Eye Blind. And I fucking hit the roof. I was like, not fucking now. It's a good song.
Yeah, that's a weird song to get like really mad at because that song comes in so happy.
I know, not really. Just fucking da 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 da.
Yeah, it's a very happy intro to that song. Like it warms my heart.
Well, that's because you're hearing "I'll Never Let You Go."
Yes.
So I hit the roof, and now my bottom thing on my phone, it's not 4 icons anymore. It's just 3 because Apple Music is fucking gone.
That's like a red flag for you as a human. I judge people when they don't have all 4 icons at the bottom.
Do you have your thing filled up?
Yeah.
Do you have your full?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. I leave a lot of space. I need it to breathe.
So I don't judge that. Like, if you leave, I judge you if you have uneven rows. Like, if that bottom row is 3 icons. Oh, you have fucking 1?
I got 1.
Oh, God, that makes me so fucking mad.
Dude, I have fucking 19 missed calls, 115,000
I don't care about... See, I don't care about the fucking the notification thing.
You're a psycho. You don't keep your text messages on the bottom?
No, top left.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
No, I like... So
top left and right, at least one of those has to be settings or calendar.
No way.
You're a goofball.
So I've always find that interesting, like the bottom 4 dock, like what people keep there, because I don't like particularly find those super important. I have my phone, my Safari, music, and camera. And then, like, the top row for me is the most important. It's fucking messages and then all social media.
Wow, I feel like I could be wrong. I don't know anything about phones. I feel like that's different. I feel like you do it different.
I think it probably is. I think most people have the text in the dock.
Left to right, I'm phone, email, text, and then RIP, Apple Music. Right now, I've just got 3 while Apple Music fucking thinks about what it did.
I feel like the text in the dock probably makes more sense because it's less thumb range. Like when you're on the home button to that thing, like that's the natural motion.
Yeah.
To go there, but when you open that up, you have to go to the top anyway when you select like the most recent text. So that's why I think I keep mine in the top left.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's I suppose. I'm quite low on the unread text messages right now. Not to brag. I'm at 4, which...
I never have any.
You never have any unread text messages?
No. So, like, that's why I don't respond to a lot of people's fucking texts, because I can't deal with the anxiety that comes with unread text messages. So I just fucking click them to make them go away, and then I completely forget about them.
That sounds more like something that I would do, because it's something that guarantees that it will just be out of my life, and that I won't respond to text messages. But... yeah, no, I like to let it sit there because every now and then I'll be like, okay, I got rid of them all, and then it'll still be like, yo, you have 2, and then I'll go way back and I'll find it, and then I'll say,
I do think like this study of people's like layouts for their apps and like how they arrange their phones is like an interesting thing.
Do you think on the website we could do like a BuzzFeed style quiz and we ask people to say it would be easy, just make a little poll. And it would say, where do you put your thing? This part, on this part, or this part. Where do you put your thing? Blah, blah, blah. How many whatever apps do you have? This many, or this many. And then when you do it, you submit it, and it says...
tell you you're Peter Deej?
No, it says, okay, we're sending this... at their convenience, DJ and Peter are going to look at this, and they'll let you know what you are. And then, like, a week later, get an email, and it's like, hey, we got your results. You're a psychopath.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should look into it.
And then no matter what,
And all the answers are just you're a psychopath.
Or, I know what you do. You guess your age based on where your phone icons are.
That's a good idea.
What?
Guess your age.
Yeah, you know what we would do?
What?
Say, like, you were born after whenever, just like when phones were around. So, like, you were born after 1945. Probably.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Or you way shorten it with our demographic. Just be like, ooh, sounds like you're an 80s baby. Or 90s. Right? No one listens to us. Oh, man, people might listen to us that were born in 2000, post-2000.
I hope not. Well, I guess you could be fucking 18. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Be born. Fuck.
That's weird.
You could definitely there could definitely be post 9/11 children listening to this podcast.
Well, you just made it way weirder. But
what do you mean?
You added a year for the purpose of tying in 9/11.
Well, I think that's like a thing.
What?
Like post
9/11 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we're all post 9/11 people. If you think about it.
Ooh, that's fucking deep.
Think about it. That's pretty deep. Basic. We are all around after 9/11. So no one would talk basketball with us, but my king Stephen A. Smith did talk some basketball after the game. There's a video that's going viral. I actually don't even know if it's going viral. It has 5,000 retweets, but honestly, I made 3,000 of those accounts just to retweet it because it's so good. Here's Stephen A. Smith on LeBron James.
Look, Boston can play, no doubt about that. But LeBron James, the greatest player in the world, minus 32 with him on the court, just 15 points. I mean, damn. Why'd you even bother to show up when you really didn't? That's my take. Bye.
Yeah, and following up on that, hey, NBA and NHL, the basketball game was at 3:30 and the hockey game was at 8 yesterday. Either start the basketball game a little later or start the hockey game a little earlier. Talk to each other. Coordinate.
That's my take. Bye.
And hey, when we asked for a Friday Night Lights movie, we didn't ask for another whole fucking Friday Night Lights world. Either give us the goddamn spin-off of the movie or give us the goddamn spin-off of the fucking TV show. We don't want another new world. There are like 95 fucking million fucking worlds in Friday Night Lights.
That's my take. Bye.
And also, don't give us a spin-off of the movie. Make it specific. Make it the TV show.
That's my take. Bye.
And boxing class instructors and front desk people, you're the best. You're super nice, terrific at what you do, but I'm not. I don't know how to fucking wrap my hands. Don't leave it to me to wrap my hands. I wrap my hands myself, and then I hurt my hand immediately as soon as the class starts, and then I either have to fucking keep hurting my hand or throw really fucking fake punches, and it looks like I'm just super weak. Just wrap my hands for me.
That's my take. Bye.
And why do I have to pay 75 cents when I put air in my goddamn tires? Why does air cost money at gas stations? Air is free.
That's my take. Bye.
And stop talking to me about the new sports gambling rule. I don't know what the fucking old sports gambling rule was. When did I ever talk to you about sports gambling things? That's the most boring thing in the world unless you're playing daily fantasy football on DraftKings. Promo code BRUNCH. Or my bookie.
That's my take. Bye.
How come I have to wait till July 20th for Mamma Mia 2? I started seeing previews for that shit right around the same time that I started seeing previews for Book Club. Book Club's coming out this week. Why am I waiting till fucking July 20th for Mamma Mia 2?
That's my take. Bye.
Stop having gender reveal parties where it's possible for you to fuck up the actual gender reveal. It's bad enough that you want us to come to that party, but then for us not to have to laugh when you fuck up your gender reveal, that is asking way too much.
That's my take. Bye.
Completely disagree. If I get invited to a gender reveal party, the best case scenario is that you fuck up and everybody laughs at it, and the only reason you're having a gender reveal party is for attention, so really, we all know that you want it to fuck up and go viral.
That's my take. Bye.
Oh, I'm for sure attending with the hope that I'm going to get to laugh at your gender reveal, But the issue is, if nobody else laughs, then I have to suppress my laughter. So if that happens, that you're creating an awkward moment for me.
That's my take. Bye.
Yeah, well, if you're in a public setting and you get the opportunity to be the one asshole that starts the laugh, if you get to hear your own laugh in a deeply humiliating moment for somebody else, that's the goal. That's the best case scenario.
That's my take. Bye.
Well, at least in that situation, you don't have to worry about getting invited back to the second gender reveal party that they have later on, a few years later, because they're definitely not inviting you back.
That's my take. Bye.
Wait, do people have multiple gender reveal parties?
That's my take. Bye.
I think if they don't fuck up the first one, then they have to give it another shot.
That's my take. Bye.
Oh, totally. Yeah, the only reason you would have a gender reveal party is if you didn't go viral at your first gender reveal party. Have you ever been to a gender reveal party?
That's my take. Bye.
I have not.
That's my take. Bye.
I actually know a lot of people who are having kids now who are choosing to not even find out themselves.
That's my take. Bye.
Not find out that they're pregnant or not find out the gender of the baby?
That's my take. Bye.
Well, I think you have to wait for the baby to come out and grow up for it to tell you what its gender is, Pete.
That's my take. Bye.
Fuck you. I was just going to say gender is a social construct anyway.
That's my take. Bye.
Well, you shouldn't have passed the ball back to me when you were giving me the opportunity to do that, and I'm going to take that shot every time.
That's my take. Bye.
Well, at least my team showed up to give you that shot.
That's my take. Bye.
Not like LeBron James' team.
That's my take. Bye.
I mean, damn.
And that was Here's My Take.
Our new segment, That's My Take. Bye.
Bye.
That is just the amount of pizzazz that he
I wish Stephen A. Smith would commit to being sassy more often.
Yeah.
Like, he lets it come out a lot, and I think that it's become part of his brand. But a lot of the times, he tries to play the serious journalist.
Yeah. Here's something as a sassy man that I feel empowered to say. Guys, sassiness is not just a woman thing. I think that like, it's much like the word shrill. When you think of someone, when someone says someone's voice is shrill, what do you think of? Whomst do you think of? Of whomst do you think? Sorry.
The nanny, Fran Drescher.
That's a good example. She's shrill, right? People would say shrill Hillary Clinton. In The Office, they say that when Pam gets worked up, she gets shrill, which doesn't really make
Not
sense.
really.
Because her voice actually gets a little Melissa Villasenor. Yeah. But the case in point of shrill for me is Tom Brady screaming, "Let's go." That's
pretty
shrill to me, but no one ever says it because people think that only a guy can be shrill. It is problem, or only a girl can be shrill. It's problematic.
That's fair.
Only a guy can get paid what they're worth, but only a girl can be put down with the term shrill. Makes you think. Let's get it together, world.
That's my take. Bye.
You know what else might be saying bye? Your hair, if you're not careful. Fellas, ladies, 66% of men lose their... Oh, I guess this is just for the fellas. 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. Let's stop and think. Think about that.
It's a lot to think about.
I'm going to give you another 15 seconds. Mull it over. 66%. Is that what I said the first time? I feel like I said 65. So. Okay. Just think about that. 66% of men lose their hair by 35.
Can we do a weekly check-in here? Am I losing my hair?
You're not.
Cool.
But if you were, I would be the first to give you shit for it.
I don't believe that.
So, fellas, what? That I would give you shit for it? No, I would be worried about it. I mean, real talk, whenever someone's been like, if someone's like throwing a little jab at you, not that people throw jabs at you, I get fucking mama bear mode. I do. So, have you thought about the hair situation, guys? Because it takes 15 to 20 seconds to let that sink in. Takes only 1 second to go to forhims.com. That's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Now, I've spoken some truths on this podcast. I don't strive for sexual wellness. I strive for sexual
okayness.
Fineness. I strive for sexual there's no story to tell there-ness. Not bad enough to be a story, certainly not good enough to be a story. So, forhims.com, that can get you to the sexual wherever you want to be-ness. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does this involve snake oil? Does this involve, I don't know, gas station counter supplements? No. I promise you.
I love the idea of somebody being like, hey, what do you want to do this weekend? And you just immediately chime in, hey, does this plan involve snake oil?
Wait a second. DJ's the one that's always coming up with snake oil plans. So, no, guys, I wouldn't lead you down that path. We don't do that. So here's what happens. Do you go to a gas station? No. Do you go to a waiting room? No. Do you go to an awkward doctor visit? No. Here's what you do. You save hours. You go to forhims.com, like I just said. It's so easy. They're going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them. And then a doctor, that very one you're not visiting, he's going to review that, and he's going to prescribe you. He's going to say, how do I fix Matt? How do I fix Matt? Paul, if you're out there listening, how do I fix Paul? Wes, what's wrong with Wes? I'm going to get to the bottom of it, and I'm going to keep it to myself because that's the confidentiality that For Hims, I would assume, has. There's nothing in these notes about confidentiality. I would be astonished if they are leaking any of this stuff. Please, just get that out of your mind. Focus back on the fact that you're probably going bald. So, it says to make it personal. I'll get personal. I don't strive for sexual wellness. Strive for just sexual okayness. So order now. My listeners, hell, Pete's listeners, all of our listeners, they get a free trial month of Hims.
Nope. You do this every time.
Nope. It's not free, guys. But you know what? The best things in life cost $5, and that's what the trial month of For Hims costs. So do it today, right now. That's what it says. Today, right now. Do it today, right now, while supplies last. So if you spend a little too much time thinking about how bald you're going, maybe those supplies will run out. That's why you got to jump on it now, today, right now. See the website. See the website for details. This would cost you hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. You know what else it would cost you?
Snake oil.
An awkward doctor's visit. And you get to knock that right out. Go to forhims.com/brunch. That's forhims.com/brunch. Forhims.com/brunch. And we're just going to wrap this up with another quick 15 minutes. Pete and I are going to do some light housekeeping while you think about the fact that 66% of men it's done up there by the time you're 35. So if you weren't a 9/11 baby, then you are just... It's a ticking time bomb. And you know what? People who were born after 9/11, people who were born after 2000, 35's coming. God willing. As long as Trump doesn't ruin this all for us, a day's going to come where your hair is out of there. It will be done with you forever unless you go to forhims.com. No. Go to forhims.com/brunch. And if you don't, well, let's just say you won't need sexual wellness because you'll look gross.
This is the most threatening ad read ever.
Yeah.
What do you think on a serious note, what do you think the point of no return for going bald is?
Oh my, I could have one hair of face on my head, and I would jump right over to Dr. Robert Leonard. Or
no, I know
Hims,
that, but like, at what point do you just like fucking say...
You're just like, okay, I'm a bald guy now? I don't know. I would always leave the door open to go back. Because no matter how embarrassing you look in that moment, I'd rather not look embarrassing at some point.
That ad read turned into a segment. So that segment is going to be very triggering for our guy, Jeff.
No, because again, being bald is cool, but if you're a guy who's worried about being bald, then it's like a guy having it's like a guy with a bad mustache who's thinking about his bad mustache. When I have a bad mustache, you know what I think about?
Your good nose.
Where's my next meal coming from?
Okay.
Pizza place. Yeah.
Guys stuff.
Yeah.
Mustache and pizza.
Yeah. We had a problematic thing, so I mentioned there in That's My Take By that the gambling is legal now. And again, I care so unbelievably little about it, but you actually raised a pretty interesting point, Peter.
Yeah, so like I'm excited about the fact that gambling is legal. Because
what other boring things
do I care about?
Yeah.
No, but so my takeaway here is that I like sports gambling occasionally. I'm not a degenerate. I don't like need to bet on a game to find it interesting and to be invested. But something that keeps happening is that they keep taking away the bad boy shit from people like me. Mm-hmm. Like the bad boy shit is all becoming legal now. Mm-hmm. So it's becoming average boy shit.
You're allowed to smoke weed. You're allowed to wear leather jackets now.
Yep.
You're allowed to
fucking bet on games. You're allowed to go right on red.
Couldn't you always bet on games? Like, you can go to Vegas and bet.
Yeah, if you want to go to Vegas before every fucking game.
So
it's the only Vegas is the only place that allows for single game betting.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Except like people are acting like this is like a fucking.
People just bet anyway.
Yeah,
it's like
bet on
weed
offshore
was illegal.
sites.
It's like, oh, you're not allowed to smoke weed unless you're just smoking weed. In which case, you're fine.
Yeah, it's like the weed thing is a little bit more of a big deal because you can get fucking arrested for weed,
right?
And thrown in
like,
jail.
I mean, like discriminatory people can ruin your life.
Yes,
like if they get the he's got weed, then they can fucking ruin your life,
right? And chances are cops aren't running around being like, You sports betting? You sports betting?
Yeah, my friend's basement was never busted into when we were playing poker downstairs.
Were you smoking the reefer?
No, I didn't smoke. I smoked weed. I think a couple times at the tail end of middle school, and then maybe a little my senior year. Like very little. Very little in college. I've said this before. I've never owned weed.
Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think.
Which nowadays, with pens existing,
I was gonna ask, does that count?
Yeah, like you can.
Okay,
yeah.
so that counts. I didn't smoke until my senior year of high school. That was the first time I had ever done it. I was very bad at it.
Yeah.
And then in college a little bit more.
Nice. So we came up with some new things to replace weed and betting. None of the betting was ever like, who cares about fucking betting? Give me a goddamn break. But I was glad that we were able to do this because number one on my list is grazing. I saw a guy grazing over the weekend. You know what grazing is?
Eating grass?
No. It's when you fucking steal food from a grocery store by just eating it in the grocery store.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, you've never done that before?
No.
Where like you just I remember my mom would fucking set me up all the time, come to think of it, when I was a kid, when I'd be riding around the grocery in the shopping cart and there'd be like some grapes or whatever. I'd be like, yo, let me get one of those grapes. And you eat. But it's like very little small things, like a tiny little piece of candy maybe here and there in the things with the scoops. It's little things like that. Like you taste things. But people just fucking. I saw this guy, he was just walking around eating shit. And I was like, man, I wonder how many things I could graze from this place.
That's pretty dope. Does do like free samples count as that?
No. They're in on it.
Yeah, but I also feel like you can getting like a meal from free samples.
No, that's part of the charm. That's why Costco is in business, because they're like, oh, we have that's a fucking thing. Whenever people are like, oh man, I went to fucking Costco today. I had so many. Yeah, you had fucking free samples. Oh, why? They have one every 3 feet. Thanks. I've never been to one of those fucking stores before. Shut the fuck up about your little Costco trip. Yeah. So I was wondering how much shit that we could actually graze, like because you could go.
What's the most badass item that you could graze at a
I was going to say crack a beer.
That'd be fucking sick.
Break a beer out of a 6-pack.
Well, that's and
then just be like, I'm grazing. Right
that's like next level, though, because you're ruining the rest of the 6-pack for everybody else.
Yes, true. Yeah, if you're taking like a scoop of a chocolate-covered thing, because this guy took a big-ass piece of chocolate and was just eating it. And I was like, man, you know how chocolate tastes? That chocolate, like, it's not... a ripe thing.
Yeah, I'm cool with grazing as long as it doesn't ruin the experience for somebody else. Like, don't make my fucking grocery shopping, because I do that now. I'm an adult. Don't make my grocery shopping experience more challenging. Like, I don't have to pick around your grazing.
You know what I want to do? I want to go to the deli, ask for a slice of pizza, and just take a bite and then hand it back and be like, "Thank you, I was grazing."
I like the idea of just going to the deli, having them slice up some meats, and then, like, you know how they package it,
I was going to say
right in front of them, and then just eat it all.
I've definitely said this before, that the weirdest fucking thing in the world is when you go to buy cold cuts at the supermarket, and they slice it up, and they're like, "Is this good?" And you're like, "Yeah." And they fucking hand it to you. Like, it's like a reverse poisoning situation. Like, eat it.
Show
Eat
me.
it in front of me. Show me it's good for you. Show me it's good enough. And then you're like, "Well, I'm shopping right now, but I suppose I'll take a piece of meat in my hand that will fall all over my hand." Really?
Yeah.
You've really never grocery shopped before.
Nah.
Man, people, by the way, said I let you off the hook with the cookies thing.
Yeah, I mean, I got text messages about that.
Really?
Being like, "You really have never fucking made cookies
It's a
in your
weird,
life?"
yeah. That's a weird thing. You'll get
That's
there.
weird.
Making cookies rules. Then you get cookies at the end. It's like a little surprise treat at the end.
Yeah, but you know what else you get cookies at the end of?
Buying
cookies.
Yeah. What kind of grocery store cookies do you do? If you're at the grocery store, you're getting cookies. What are you getting?
It's probably just like chocolate chip, man.
But I'm saying like the kind from the bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, the Star Market, Shaw's, whatever they're called now. Those
Those
great.
go down easy.
Yeah, and I like the ones, the M&Ms. I never used to like the cookies with M&Ms. Those are quite good. Another take I'm fucking sick of. Everyone thinks they're so cool, being like, "You know what cookies suck? Oatmeal raisin." Fuck you. Oatmeal raisin cookies are unbelievable. They're not the best cookies.
They're not the best, but like, they're not terrible. Like,
yeah.
Like if those are lying around my house, I'll eat them and won't complain.
I'll say this, a huge oatmeal raisin cookie is better than a huge chocolate chip cookie. For some reason, the bigger an oatmeal raisin cookie gets, maybe it's just more buttery or something about it.
It's like a pizza. Like the bigger a pizza gets, like the worse quality it is.
That's actually a very true take. I've got a little thing I've got to sound off on. What's with this newfangled thing where people just throw apostrophes into shit that doesn't have apostrophes?
Like
where
what?
they'll say, you know the place Blaze Pizza?
Yeah. LeBron?
Yeah. So he didn't go to college. This explains maybe why they messed this up. My coworker made that joke
Michael
today.
Scott didn't go to college either.
Yeah, he could have. You know who else didn't go to college? Kobe Bryant.
Tracy McGrady.
In their
Garnett.
in their slogan, it says like something, whatever it is, fired because it's made in like a fire or whatever. Like it's like Bane. They spell it FIRE apostrophe D. Get the hell out of here. That's also like the one that really drives me crazy is when people put apostrophes in days of the week. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. No, I've definitely seen that.
Like 75% of Saturdays are for the boys things.
Yeah.
Spell Saturdays SATURDAY apostrophe S.
Well, I mean, that's also not the most educated group of individuals. But
Saturday is R for the boys.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the Blaze thing is kind of just they're trying to play up the fire aspect of it. That's if I had to guess why they would fucking just throw a random apostrophe in there.
Then make a little fire emoticon and then ED. There still wouldn't be an apostrophe. It's driving me crazy.
That's like a weird thing when you throw like a id on the end of something. Like, what else are you gonna do?
If you did, it would be dash.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. Those things like are so small. One thing that does bother me about apostrophes is like when people say like the 70s
or a hyphen, I should say. But go on. Oh yeah,
70s when they put it at the end in front instead of the beginning.
Yeah,
it's not how that works.
Yeah, it is. People use apostrophes way more than they think. Like I don't mind if you're into the serial comma man. Like I'm not telling you how to live your life. Whatever. That depends on which school you come from.
I use a lot of commas.
Do you use serial commas?
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to because you're supposed to be writing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, serial commas are a no-go, not AP style. But some of these things, man, I've got this thing in my head I've been saying a lot, which is we can act stupid, but we can't be stupid. So we can do dumb shit. I do dumb shit all the time. But we can't just fucking choose to be really fucking dumb people who don't know how to put sentences together. That shit is alarming. Another badass thing that I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start not wearing a helmet when I drive.
Nice, man. That is very risky, but I applaud your dedication to the badassness.
Yes. So catch me rolling down the street, they're gonna be like, he's doubling the wheels and the risk. I'm like a cyclist with. Yeah, that's actually not bad. That was off the top of the dome.
That was pretty good,
doubling
to be
the
honest.
wheels and the risk.
I'm gonna fucking grow a mustache.
Nice.
It's pretty badass.
What if I pull up next to a cyclist at a red light, if they're ever respecting the road, and do like a look over at them? They look over at me. And then drag race them.
It would be. I mean, you should roll up to a cyclist and be wearing a helmet, and then like if they're wearing a helmet, you just like give them the finger guns and point at their helmet and like yeah.
That's a stupid. I'm glad that I don't own anything that makes people go, oh hey, nice, whatever.
Yeah.
And they point at each other. And they point at you.
You know, like the Jeep Wrangler Club.
Oh,
have you ever heard of that shit?
Yeah, that's
like. No, that's
Jeep
what?
Wrangler. I don't
It's the
have a
number
problem
one
with Jeep Wranglers.
No, like they have like a reputation as being like a douchey car.
Yeah,
because like a lot of bros drive them and rip off all the doors and shit. But like,
what a stupid fucking thing to do. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Jeep Wranglers are fucking dumb. Hey, I just bought a new car. First things first, I'm gonna start taking parts off of it.
I'm gonna take all the safety parts off.
I'm gonna make it less of a car. That way, people will be able to see my legs.
That I don't work out at the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you have anything in common with other fucking douche bros, it's that you don't care about your legs, but for some reason you want to show off the sides of them. Cool, man.
That is a very weird. That'd be funny if you know what a badass thing would be is we should start taking parts off of our cars that aren't Jeep Wranglers.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
That would be so fucking scary, me riding around in a Sonata with no fucking doors. That would... And everyone hits my car. I'm never in my car when people hit it. I've only been in my car once. Actually, no, twice. Stupid old woman. But only twice. But that would be really scary if someone hit my car with no doors while I was in it.
That would be fucking terrifying to be driving around in a sedan with no doors and just get fucking crushed from the side.
Another illegal thing that I'm going to start doing. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to start doing all the things that they've made legal, but I'm going to do them on the job.
Ooh.
So, I thought the first thing I thought was I was like, oh, drinking on the job. Then I was like, wait, maybe I'll smoke weed on the job because you can smoke weed, but you can't do it at work unless you work at Chris Gethard's show. But no, you have to.
Yeah, you had to fucking take a helicopter and he ate the weed.
Yes.
What else is badass that we could do? Because we are the bad boys of podcasting. We need to
swear on the job. I actually kind of swore on the job the other day.
Yeah, you did.
I dropped an F-U-C.
The context of you. My first question was like, actually, my first response was I laughed because I'm a good friend.
Yeah.
And two was like, what was the context? And then when you told me the context, I laughed even harder.
It was the biggest throwaway. Like, I forgot. What was the South Park episode where they build up that they were going to say shit in it?
I don't know.
Or someone was going to say shit on a TV show they watched, and it was this big build-up, and everyone's freaking out about, like, they can't say shit, blah, blah, blah. It's this big build-up, and shit is said in a totally anticlimactic way in it. It's like, hey, you got some shit right here, or something. We were talking about Darren Rovell, and because he did a stupid thing last week, and everyone was making fun of him for it, and Tommy Giles was like, what does Darren Rovell even do? And what does he write about? And I was like, oh, no, he does stuff during the day. And they're like what? What does he report on? And I was like, I don't know, fucking shoe deals. And that was how I said the F word. And
did you get in trouble?
No. Fortunately, I said fuck, and a coworker swooped in and said a different word for me and helped me.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I said, fuck, that was close.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. You texted me the other day saying that you had thoughts on drinking games or drinking sports.
Oh, no, Power Hours. I want to talk about Power Hours.
Okay.
Why was that ever a thing? That's ridiculous. Imagine doing a Power Hour now.
I feel like now I kind of want to because I want to see.
It's
how
6
much is
beers in an hour, I think? I don't think
so
anybody
many
knows.
beers.
But that's 6 is...
In college, that was like my pregame. We used to pregame with Power Hours and shit, and like, God, what a disgusting lifestyle.
Well, I've really liked going to the Celtics games of late and drinking beer and eating pizza before, and then drinking beer during the game, and then going across the street after, drinking some more. And every time I go, the Celtics win because the Celtics have not lost a home game this postseason. They've only lost 4 games this whole postseason. They're the greatest basketball team in the whole wide world. And Pete, I finally found someone to talk basketball with.
That's my take. Bye.